Okay, everyone, buckle up. Today we're diving deep into a book that completely changed the way I think about money. Morgan Housel's The Psychology of Money. Forget complicated charts and jargon. This book gets to the heart of why we make the financial decisions we do. And trust me, it's way more emotional than you think. Slightly exasperated tone. You ever look at someone who made a seemingly crazy financial move and just shake your head? Like, why would they do that? Well, Housel kicks things off by reminding us, no one's crazy. Think about it. Someone who lived through the Great Depression is going to have a fundamentally different relationship with risk and saving than someone who grew up during a booming economy. It's all about our personal history, our unique lens on the world. So, before you judge someone's financial choices, remember, their story might be wildly different from yours. Now, let's talk about something that can feel totally random. Luck and risk. Raise his hands in a questioning gesture. Have you ever seen someone strike it rich seemingly overnight? Or someone incredibly talented faceplant? Housel brilliantly shows us that luck and risk are two sides of the same coin. We can work our tails off, be incredibly skilled, but external forces can still play a massive role. It's humbling, right? It reminds us not to get too cocky about our successes or too down on ourselves during setbacks. Leans in conspiratorially. Here's a big one, and honestly, it's something I still wrestle with. Never enough. In today's world of constant comparison on social media, it's so easy to fall into the trap of wanting more. You finally get that new car, and suddenly, you're eyeing your neighbor's even fancier one. Housel challenges us to define our own enough. Calm, thoughtful tone. What truly brings you contentment? Chasing an ever-moving goalpost will just leave you stressed and taking unnecessary risks. True wealth, he argues, is about having choices and controlling your time. Imagine that feeling. Okay, shifting gears to something truly magical. Confounding compounding. Eyes widen slightly with excitement. This is where the real long-term magic happens. Think of it like a snowball rolling downhill. It starts small, but over time, with consistent effort and patience, it grows into something massive. Housel uses the incredible example of Warren Buffett. It's not just his amazing investment skills, it's the decades he's been consistently applying them that's led to his legendary wealth. This isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a slow, steady burn that yields incredible results if you just let it. But getting rich is one thing. Getting wealthy versus staying wealthy is a whole different ballgame. Voice becomes more serious and cautionary. The mindset that helps you accumulate wealth, maybe taking bold risks and being optimistic, isn't always the same one that helps you keep it. Staying wealthy often requires humility, frugality, and even a touch of healthy paranoia. It's about protecting what you've built and avoiding those catastrophic mistakes that can wipe you out. Think about this. Tails, you win. In the world of finance, a small number of really big wins can account for the majority of your positive outcomes. It's like hitting a few home runs that overshadow a bunch of singles and strikeouts. The key takeaway? Focus on surviving the inevitable bumps in the road so you're still in the game when those big opportunities come along. Don't let a few losses knock you out completely. Voice softens with a sense of longing. What's the ultimate reward of financial success? For Housel, it's freedom, the ability to wake up and choose how you spend your time, to not be beholden to a job you hate just to pay the bills. That's the real dividend money pays. It's not just about the fancy stuff, it's about having control over your life. Have you ever bought something expensive hoping to impress others? Housel tackles this with the man in the car paradox, chuckles slightly. We often think people admire us for our fancy purchases, but the truth is, they're usually just picturing themselves in that car or with that watch. True wealth, the kind that lasts, is often what you don't see. The savings, the investments. Here's a counterintuitive one. Save like a pessimist. While optimism can fuel growth, a little bit of financial pessimism can actually be a good thing when it comes to saving. Think of it as preparing for a rainy day, or maybe even a whole monsoon. Saving is essentially the gap between your ego and your income. The less you feel the need to constantly prove your worth through spending, the more you can sock away for the future.
Housel also argues that being reasonable, rational is key. Nods thoughtfully. We're not robots. Our emotions play a huge role in our financial decisions. Trying to be perfectly rational based on spreadsheets alone can be unrealistic and even lead to burnout. Aiming for reasonable, making decisions that feel right for you and your circumstances, even if they're not mathematically optimal, is often more sustainable in the long run. The future is unpredictable, right? Surprise! Housel reminds us that black swan events happen. We can't foresee everything. That's why building in a room for error in our financial plans is so crucial. Don't bet everything on one outcome. Have a buffer, a safety net, so when the unexpected inevitably happens, you're not completely direct.
And here's the truth bomb. You'll change. Your goals, your values, your priorities, they're likely to evolve over time. The 25-year-old you might have very different financial goals than the 45-year-old you. So build flexibility into your plans and avoid locking yourself into rigid strategies that might not align with your future self. Finally, remember, nothing's free. Every investment, every financial decision comes with a price. The price of potentially high returns in the stock market is volatility. Understanding and accepting these inherent costs is crucial for long-term success. The psychology of money isn't about getting rich quick. It's about building a healthy, long-lasting relationship with your finances. It's about understanding your own biases, recognizing the role of luck and risk, and focusing on behaviors that lead to true wealth and freedom. I highly recommend picking up this book. It's a game changer. Let me know in the comments what resonated with you the most.